Okay, so we got the new carburetor in. The reason I went this route is it cost $11.58 or whatever. The link will be below in the description. Got my link mug. So let's see. Got a new gasket for here, which we will more than likely put on, unless we forget. And I got the carburetor. Looks pretty much the same. I don't see any differences, except this is metal instead of plastic, which is nice. The only thing is they made it so it's glued in place. So overall, for 11 bucks, looks pretty good. I have a feeling, yeah, they both have this closed off. I have a feeling there's an adjustment in there that you can make. But whatever. I figured for 11 bucks, let's throw a new carburetor on here. I wasn't going to worry about it. So I turned the gas off, and we are going to have a little bit of dribble here when I take this off. So let me go grab some gloves, and we will put this on. Got some gloves. Use this because I'm too lazy to go get the pliers again, because these are right next to me. Not bad. Alright, so I'll pop this guy off. This is your primer. I was thinking it was a vent originally, but wasn't paying attention. So now just remember 11mm. Now I'm hoping this is the entire issue. Seems to be a pretty common issue. So we're going to swap out this carburetor. Oh yeah, here, push that down, make life easier. And I'll actually do the linkage correctly this time. If you really look close, I did bend it a little bit, but it's not going to really matter. You may need to put, yeah, we're going to have to put a wrench on the back of this one. I like the ones that, let's move that up a little bit. I like the ones that, these are solid, so you don't have to put anything on the back side. Myself. Alright, so the astute amongst you will notice I put this back in the wrong hole. It was originally in the inner hole. I put it on the outside hole, just because it made it run a little bit better. Just part of my testing process, I guess you could call it, to see what was going on. So we will replace this gasket, which means I'm going to need to get, so I don't forget this guy goes like that. This goes in the inner hole on this one. Yeah, notice my bend job. And it goes on the outer hole on that one, so I'm just going to put that there so I don't forget. And I'm going to go get a razor blade, and we're going to replace this gasket. trying not to lose these bolts as you're doing this. That one won't fall out, but the other one might. Another thing that I wanted to talk about is I was looking around for parts for these, and I will include the link as long as I still have it. I'm sure I do. They sell like every part for this snowblower, so even though it's older at this point, you could literally replace anything. So, very interesting. Much different than the a lot of the other brands. But like my normal snowblower, it's an MTD. Very much everything on it is Chinese, you know, knockoff. From what I can tell, less than 3 years old, and it's already beat to hell. But I do have a really rocky driveway, so that's something that you have to be aware of. I tend to leave a good inch of snow on the ground. Sometimes I think I have it up all the way. It actually looks like about 2 inches of snow, because I'm not trying to suck up the rocks. I'm just trying to get the snow away. So, alright, let's put this guy in here, and put this one in here. This is how you're supposed to do it. Now, try to get that one forward. Okay. I have to say, these cheap carburetors, I don't know if they're any good, but this one had really good reviews overall. At least when I bought it, let's put it that way. But, I mean, for the price, even if you got a season out of it, I don't think you're really going wrong. So just make sure those line up. I'm going to tighten down the inner one first. Not entirely sure what the inner one's size is, but I'm using a 10mm on it, and it seems to be working fine. You're not cranking this thing down crazy tight, so bear that in mind. It may just be holding it because you're not putting crazy pressure on it. So I don't know exactly what size the inner one is. This one doesn't seem to move when you tighten it, so. Alright. So there we go. Okay, so let's put the gas line back on. And this is going to be a little bit harder because it points downwards. Oops. But it should still go on pretty easy. There was some slack on this line. Not the way I'd recommend doing this normally, but for what we're doing. then put your vent, oh, I keep saying vent line, your primer line back on. Okay, so we are ready to go test run this guy. So it's fixed. Now we just gotta put all this stuff back together. So something I thought was interesting while I was doing this is the fact that there's no air filter on these. And what I found is basically because of how cold it is and how dry it is, when you're snow blowing, the dust and stuff isn't really there, so you don't really need it. But I just thought that was interesting. If anybody's ever wondering why there's no air filter on these, that would be why. So I managed to lose one of the screws for this. So what I'm going to do is I have this one that's slightly different but way longer. I'm going to cut that guy right off. Somewhere in the same range. There's a little bit of wiggle room there. So basically, for anybody that's doing this, you put a nut on there so that way you can fix the threads at the end. Now what you do is you take this off, and I'm sure I will find this right after I put this all together, because I had everything right underneath it. I must have kicked it by accident. So there we go. Should work. Alright, and of course I have these piles and piles and piles of screws for just this eventuality. No, for just this reason. When you screw up, and it's gonna happen, you can then at least get by. You're usually gonna find one that's the right size. So now we got two. We're gonna go put these on. Okay, so let's finish this guy up. So now that we have that screw that I'm gonna lose again right away, we can just go on after the fact. I'm telling you, I'm gonna find it 2 seconds after I put this together. Pretty sure this is how this vent hose went. I'm gonna put it down out of the way a little bit more. I don't know, this might have gone like this. I don't remember. Just need it out of the way. So we want this like this. not going to tighten that 100% because I got to get my other one in. Alright. So you can see the head is a little bigger on the one that I made, but that doesn't matter. And I didn't put a lock washer on this one because lock washers don't really do anything, so we're going to assume it'll be fine as is. So let's drop in this guy. And this was originally missing. Is it this way? Oh yeah, I forgot, we gotta put this guy on. And this was originally missing the top screw that goes there. For now, I'm just going to leave it off. If I need it, I will put it on there. So, this guy, it's got two little like lumps in it. You just got to make sure that where the key goes in, it lines up. I'll show you that a little better in a second. Okay, so if you look, that needs to go to the hole. Alright, the last two. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to check the oil, and if I think it needs to be changed, I'm going to change the oil as well on this. I don't think it looked that bad. Okay, we're good there. So that's it for this repair. I'm gonna pop in a new spark plug because we have it, and let's check that oil. Oil's pretty dark. I am going to figure out which oil this needs, and I'm likely going to change it. According to this is a Champion RJ19LM. Yep, that's what's in there. So we're going to drop this one in. Nothing actually wrong with this old one other than being old and rusty, so I will likely throw that in my parts bin. Don't go crazy when you're tightening up a spark plug like this. That's that. Alright. Now, let me get the oil pan. Okay, so, we're going to change the oil real quick. Everything I read said 5W30 in these, so. And this guy, if you want to know real quick, 5/8 is what I grabbed. Seems to fit fine. Should still be slightly warm, even though, seriously. There we go. Slightly warm. This oil looks horrible. Alright, this took forever to drain out. I gave up. So, whatever's in there will get included in the next one. So, You don't have to make that crazy tight. I'm gonna have to clean up the floor here. All right, drop this. Put that out of the way. So, not sure how much these take. I think it's less than a quart, around a quart, somewhere in there. So I'm gonna put in like half quart. Then we'll check it. It's up here. Just see what it is. I'm gonna put in another same amount, maybe a little less. I'll try that. Hell of a lot cleaner, I can tell you that much. That was pretty gross. That's about perfect. So we'll roll with that. All right, so that's it for this. There's no point in showing you it runs again. So that's the general maintenance on this. This is the Ariens 5524. We got a new carburetor, fresh oil, new spark plug. Yeah, it seems to run really good now. I mean, with the old carburetor, it was just stuttering a little bit. So anything we used here today will be in the description below. The carburetor link, the spark plug I'll throw in there, and I might include a thing of oil for you too, if that makes life easier. And I'll see you in the next one.